Hello guys, it's me Mandeep Sapkota, a student of Prithibinarayan Secondary School grade 9, and here today I am in front of you all to present the project work given by our respected health teacher Ananta Fuyal. I am covering the topic census in this project work. So to know important information about census, stay with me till the end. So without any delay, let's move to our screen. Here we are in our screen. So let's start. What's census? So let's know something about census. The word census has been derived from Latin word censor, which means value or tax. You can understand this. It is primary source of population data. It means there are two sources of population data. They are primary source and secondary source, and census falls in primary source of population data. Census is defined as a demographic process of collecting information about people of particular geographical area within fixed period of time. It means census is such a process in which information of people within an area is collected within fixed time. For example, collecting information of people living in studying in our school, Prithibinarayan Secondary School, within a 1 month. It's census. In 1970, UNO defined census as a census of population is a total process of collecting, compiling, evaluating, analyzing, and publishing demographic, economic, and social data at a specific time to all the persons in a country or a part of a country. It means a census of population is the total process of collecting, means to collect data, compiling means to make list or to make a list or book to for publishing in secondary sources. Evaluating means to form an idea of amount, to know what amount of census is collected, or to judge, we can say judge. Analyzing means to examine. Publishing means to to analyze the mistakes, to see the mistakes. And publishing means to later publish it in some secondary sources such as newspaper, TV, FM, etc. Publishing demographic, economic, and social data. These three kinds of data are collected within census: demographic, economic, and social data at a specific time. The time is taken for a census to all the persons in a country. Of all the persons, census is taken of all persons in a country or a part of a country or within fixed part of a country. Let's know more about census. According to the definition, population census is not only the head count of people, it is more than that. It means, according to the definition we read just now of UNO, it's not only the head count of people. Head count means counting people like 1, 2, 3. It's not like that. It's more than that. It's even more than that. Information such as age, sex, religion, ethnicity, language, literacy status, occupational status, status of employment, etc. of an individual is collected in census. Age means how old are you. Sex means what's your gender, male, female, or other. Religion means which religion do you follow. Ethnicity means which ethnic group do you belong in. Language means which language do you speak, what's your mother tongue. Literacy status means what's your literacy status, how much have you studied, are you literate or illiterate, or have you studied still primary level or secondary level. Occupational status, what's your occupational status, are you do you do full-time occupation or part-time occupation, or are you retired, or do you do voluntary job, or are you unemployed. And what's your status of employment, are you a full-time employee or a part-time employee, or a student, or a volunteer, or an unemployed person. Each person is enumerated individually in census. This kind of information are collected in census. Each person is enumerated individually in census. It's trying to say that every person's information is taken individually in census, one by one. Let's move to next slide. History of census in Nepal. So we know what's census. Let's know about the history of census in Nepal. Even the task of taking census in Nepal started since 1911 AD. It's AD. Taking census according to modern definition, according to this UNO definition we did earlier, it's found to have been started from 1952 or 54 AD. It's trying to say that the modern definition, according to modern definition, the census is found to have been started from Nepal in 52 or 54 AD. That's why census of 52 or 54 AD is found to have been Nepal's first scientific census. But there are some reservations. Reservations mean some things or data, facts that this census can't be considered as scientific census because it was conducted in two phases. First in eastern Nepal and in 1952 AD, and in the second in Western in 1954 AD. That's why it's written 1952 or 54 AD, because it was done in two phases. First in 1952 in Eastern, and second in 1954 in Western. The 1961 census was taken by adopting all the method and is thus measured as a scientific census. In the 1961 AD, the census was taken by adopting all the important method, and it's called scientific census. The latest census of our Nepal was taken in 2011 AD. The latest census is of 2011 AD of the Nepal. It's methods of census taking. We all know everything as the different methods of doing things. Similarly, since there is also three methods of taking census. They are de facto method, de jure method, and modified de jure method. Let's know what's more about de facto method. Actual residence of an individual at the time of enumeration is the base of this census taking. Means if actual residence of an individual at the time of enumeration, if I am not in my permanent residence during the census taking, then I am included in the my temporary places census. It's the base of this census taking. A particular day is determined, generally night of full moon day, and census is done. A particular day is earlier determined and told to people to stay in home during these days, and generally night census is done in night, because in day it's not possible, people have work, and census is done. Night of census is called census 9. Generally night of full moon, we know that night it's called census night. This method of census was practiced in India in 1952 AD. India done this method in 1932 AD. Britain is the country which use this method nowadays. It means Britain is the country which even use this method nowadays. Now let's know about de jure method. Permanent residence of an individual is the base for this kind of census taking. Means I have to be in my permanent residence during the time of taking census. Persons of temporary residence are not included. It means if I am temporarily living in some places, I am not included in the census. 2 to 3 weeks period for enumeration is previously determined, and the period is called census period. Previously, people are told that during these 2 to 3 weeks census is done, so all of you stay at your permanent place and the census is done. And this 2 to 3 weeks period is called census period. One of the census period is considered as census reference day to compare the discuss about the work. One of this day is called census reference day to compare where and how the census is done, to discuss about work. Let's know about modified de jure method. If individual is residing means to living for last 6 months or more period, then they are enumerated. It means if I am living in Kathmandu, if I am permanent citizen of Dharing and I am living in Kathmandu for the last 6 months for some educational or job purpose, then I am enumerated in the census. Nepal is also using this method since 1952 or 54 AD. It's called 52 or 54 AD because first it was held in Eastern Nepal in 52 AD and in Western Nepal in 54 AD. Now let's know characteristics of census. Census is carried out by nation or state. It means it's done by nation or state. It's done within fixed period of time. Means fixed time is means certain time is fixed to do census. Most of the information is based on first-hand information in census. It means since most of the information is based on asking, not by depending on second-hand information such as newspaper, TV, radio, FM, etc. There are two major method of census. They are de facto method and de jure method, and the third one, modified de jure method, is the modified version of this de jure method. Let's know information collected on the census. Geographical characteristics. Present place of residence means where am I living during the taking of census. Duration of stay in present place of residence. How long have I been living in this present place? Place of birth. Where was I born? Working place. Where do I work? Personal and household features. Age. What's my age? Academic qualification. What's my academic qualification? Literacy. What's my literacy level? Number of children alive. Number of children alive means the alive children who are living. What's the number of children alive in my family? Number of live birth. Live birth means the children who are born alive. means what's the number of live births in my family. It's because after the live birth people died, then they are not children alive. Ethnic group, which ethnic group do I belong to? Sex, what's my gender? Language, which language do I speak or what's my mother tongue? Citizenship, which citizen am I of which country? Marital status, it means am I single or married or widow or have I divorced? Religion, which religion do I follow? Now let's know about economic characteristics, economic features. Economic characteristics, employment status. Employment status means what am I? Am I a full-time employee or a part-time employee or a student or a volunteer or unemployed? Occupation or profession, what kind of occupation or profession do I do? Which occupation and what kind of occupation do I do? Full-time occupation, part-time occupation, am I retired or I do voluntary work or am I unemployed? What's my main income source? If I have full-time occupation and part-time occupation, then the full-time occupation is my main income source. There are main income source and secondary income source. Secondary income source are those work that I do on timely and in short time. Now let's know advantage of census. What are the advantages of census? It helps to collect information about existing population growth. It helps us to predict the population growth of our country, which helps us which is very helpful and advantageous. On the basis of data collected, table related to life can be covered. We know that these three characteristics and data are collected under census. According to these data collected, the table related to our life can be prepared. It provides information about occupational or professional status about people in country. It provides the information about which kind of occupation or profession do I do of the people in the country. Do the people do to the country. The data collected can help to formulate plans for meeting the requirements of food, clothes, etc. in the country. The data collected on the census can help to know about the citizens of country, and it helps to meet the requirements of food. How much food is required, how much clothes is required to the country, and we can get its foreign aid according to this. Foreign aid means foreign help. It helps to make easier to carry out comparative studies, means it helps in practical and good studies. So this much for today. If you found this video informative, please like this video and share it with your friends. Comment how you think this video is, and subscribe to this channel for more informative video. Thank you.